This is a demonstration of the nquiringMinds careshare exchange portal. This lets primary carers or recipients of care register their care requirements, and similarly it allows carers to register their availability and skills. It then matches the supply to the demand. It's essentially a discovery tool. Now, to avoid swapping screens a lot, I'm going to be showing two views side by side. On the left hand side, we're going to sign in as John Truelove, who is a primary carer for his mother, Ethel Truelove. On the right hand side is Jack, who is a carer who lives nearby to Ethel. The first thing we have to do is register on the system. So we'll start by registering John Truelove as a primary carer. So John is a primary carer looking after his mother Ethel, and he's looking for carers. Now, the most important screen in the system is the search screen. And this shows you carers that are available to match any care requirements that you have added to the system. Now, because John hasn't added any care requirements to the system so far, his search list is empty. So let's go ahead and add a care requirement. So let's say John is going on holiday for a week and he needs a paid carer to come and check Ethel's blood pressure once a day. So let's say this requirement is from the 1st of October to the 8th of October, and it's a requirement for nursing and health checks. So that requirement has been added to the system. If we now go to John's search view, we can see there are 10 matches for carers on the system who have the availability and skills required to fulfill the requirement we just entered. If we go back to the requirement and refine it slightly to include the need for administering medicine and a full driving license, we can then see that the number of carers that match the skills and availability on the requirement is reduced to 2. Let's go ahead and switch to the right hand side and register as Jack. Now, Jack is a carer and he's a friend, family or neighbour of Ethel, John's mother, and he's willing to provide cleaning, companionship, cooking and personal care. Now, Jack's search tab is different from John's in that it shows the care requirements that match his availability. Now, because Jack hasn't entered any availability yet, there are no requirements matching. So let's go ahead and add some availability. So let's say that Jack is available to provide care from 12 p.m. today to 5 p.m. So the availability has been added to the system. Go back to the search tab, and there's still no carer requirements that match the new availability that we've added for Jack. So let's switch back to John's screen and add a new requirement. Let's say the requirement is for a friend, family or neighbour to have lunch with Ethel. And that's for today from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. and that requires cooking and companionship. So we see we now have 2 requirements on the system. One for a paid carer to perform daily blood pressure checks in the week of October, and another requirement for today to have lunch with Ethel from 12 to 1 p.m. So we'll go now to the search tab. You see we have 7 matches. There are various friends, family and neighbours on the system already that match the requirement, and one of those is Jack. Similarly, on Jack's screen we see that his search tab shows the care requirement to have lunch with Ethel, which matches Jack's availability that we entered earlier. That's the nquiringMinds CareShare Exchange portal.